everybody, weekend Pat Chat covering stocks. This is Bob Ichino along with Mike Arnold. Just let me go through the list of what Mike's going to talk about. I went through the entire economic calendar in our weekend Pat Chat covering the FX markets. So if you want to hear what we think is important, what's expected on the economic calendar, you can hear that in about the first 10 minutes of the weekend update in FX. So I'm just going to go through the list of the stocks that Mike's going to take a look at, and I'll turn it over to Mike. He's going to be looking at Netflix, NFLX, JD.com, essentially one of the Amazons of China. NVIDIA, which is a chip maker, NVDA LOGM, LOGM. They claim that they are a cloud services company, but really they're a remote access to your computer company. NX, which is a building products materials company. VMC, which is also construction. It's asphalt and concrete and the like. NRG, which is a power company, mainly solar and wind and storage and things like that. FCX, which is Freeport-McMoRan, which Mike is starting to pronounce correctly, so that'll be fun. Amazon, AMZN, you all know what Amazon is, essentially the emperor of the world in retail. YELP, consumer social media company, YELP. Citibank, which is Citibank, obviously one of the mega banks, and PSX, which is a rails stock, railroad and transportation. Let me turn it over to Mike, and he'll walk you through the charts.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. Netflix. We're watching for the Head and Shoulders is triggered. We're watching for full target at 135.94, which comes in slightly higher than the 50-day exponential moving average and just under a 137.13 GAN level. It will also partially start filling this gap that's left behind, so watch for that price action in Netflix. JD, as we covered, reached up to the GAN cluster. Third wave projection of Elliott wave now is pulling back. So where I'm expecting this to dive into the rotation zone. It tried to rally a bit on Friday and then close lower. I would not be surprised to see it even pull back to maybe possibly this 29.82 level or the 21 EMA before figuring out where it's going next. NVIDIA triggered on a weekly basis this double top. Keep in mind this is slightly lower probability because we have the 21 EMA in the way, which does, in all our testing of thousands of these, does lower the probabilities. So this also could rally back up, and which can give many people an area for reduced risk entry. Now the areas we'll be reducing our stop is the 88.70 and the first target is 83.50. Our key levels for the stops are close beyond 112.12 or 114.72. Log me in, which triggered a double top on a weekly basis and has rallied back a bit. Did not get to the stop levels of close beyond 103.99 or trade through 106.03. If it continues lower next week, first place we move our stop is the 85.66, which is also coming in with the 50-week exponential moving average. NX was a failed double, did trigger it, and then collapsed back down. So now it is off the charts. It is all done and stopped out. So we take our loss and move on. VMC triggered it, reversed on a weekly basis this much, but retested this key area. You'll see many doubles do that, and we're going to watch it for it to turn lower next week. If it does continue higher, the stop levels are 131.66 for a close beyond stop or 133.83 for a trade through stop. On a move lower, 112.10 is the level we reduce our stop. We shift it down, and then the only profit target on this is 107.75. NRG, we're looking for this massive weekly potential double bottom, has not triggered yet. This week we did fall off into the rising rotation zone and snapped back. So I would not be surprised to see at least a retest of these prior highs. This has to close beyond the 1832 level to trigger this for a weekly trigger. FCX, Freeport-McMoRan, did not trigger yet. We're watching for a close below 13.13 on a weekly basis. and actually for the higher probability, you can get the close below the 50-week exponential moving average. That's what I'd be watching for. Also, Amazon still in a massive potential double top area. If it does continue higher, the next price levels higher are 864.35 and 881.49. As long as it does not get through the 881.49 level, it still sits as a potential double top. If it does trade higher through those key levels, then the potential double top is invalid. Yelp, which is one I do not have a problem saying, Bob. Big potential weekly double top, still not triggered, 32.09. That's a very key line in the sand for that. We need to close below that. Citigroup. Actually, we're still potentially looking for this to unfold in a wave 5 Elliott wave pattern. However, we are starting to get some pullbacks. We've retested the wave 3 highs. If this wave were to fail, just pointing this out early, this is a potential weekly double top. Not even we're close to triggering, but the rotation zone would be out of the way. So if all of a sudden something happened and we saw Citibank collapse, we'll keep an update on this. Just wanted to point that out. PSX, now it's turned into a sloppy potential triple bottom. It's coming off our charts. Now, anybody who's looking for lower prices, you can start looking for a retest of the 77.81 followed by the 77.49, the 77.16. Those are the levels lower, but this is nothing I'm going to be doing with right now, so I'm taking it off my charts. And that's all I'm going to be covering today. I'm going to turn it back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Michael. There's very exciting news. A new Money Path podcast has been released. If you haven't subscribed already, please check it out. Type in the Money Path podcast in your iTunes or your Google Play search bars, or go to our website, pathtradingpartners.com. You could download the podcast directly from our website. Please subscribe to that. Leave us a comment on these videos. Hit the like button if you're enjoying them, if you find them useful. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And hit that little alert icon that pops up after you subscribe, that little black bell. That'll assure you that YouTube will let you know when we have one of our very popular, very exciting, time-sensitive videos out. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching.